Hey guys, how you doing? I'm back. Sherry has sent me some things, and it's about stars and paying for stars or something like that. I don't know what that is. Anyway, thanks for coming back with me. I'll have to look into that after the show because I don't have anything that is. It's strange because even my phone last night has this new language on it, which I have no idea where that came from. So I hope people come back to this because I don't know why that's doing that. Yeah, I don't know why. So hopefully people will come back. There they come. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, oh man, gosh. Okay. So there's Allison. Okay. There's Kathy. Okay. So what I got in between is the fact that, so Kathy, you and Allison have not done stars things, right? I don't know what that is. All right. But in this mix up here, Spirit has said to me that these are the things that are going to happen to everybody in the next 2 weeks. Okay. Lots of mumbo jumbo stuff. Lots of things that the norm is not there anymore. That there's energies that are interfering with our routines. Saturn, okay, yeah, Saturn and the Moon and the rest of them. Understanding that that more and more things are going to happen. More and more things are going to try to derail you, so that you invest further into your spiritual journey, into making sure that you are doing your daily practices, understanding more and more who you are, and doing the right things. Okay. That just got me all flustered. So I'm asking them how come. I don't know, but I don't like it. So I may stop. Asking them, do you want me to go forward? Only if you want to. Well, of course I want to. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop. Are we going to stop? No. Wow. I'm trying to... Man. I'm asking them, what do you want me to talk about? Because there's a reason why I ended the first one. That was them, and I don't understand that. I don't understand why. It's very strange. Okay, awesome, cool. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, got it. Okay, so the energies that are going to interrupt you in the next 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, probably just 2, or maybe beyond. They're saying, depending on the person, depending on where you're at in your journey, depending upon if you're taking care of yourself, if you are doing what you need to do to keep yourself balanced, which is tough, especially tough when you are being bombarded with stuff, right? Energy in the country is horrible right now, so that's one thing, but also finding ways to get outside and have fun. They're trying to lighten us up, they say. They're trying to get us to understand that everything is coming to you just like it's been just like we planned on, right? Everything will happen by July that you set your intentions for. Like Bill said, it can be limited depending upon your practice, okay? And what you engage in, what you do daily. Not that you have to be laissez-faire, but that you have to not take it so serious, right? That's the flow. But also understanding that you have to have some kind of practice that you can be in to allow them to help you ascend, to get you up into higher dimensional energy so that your life is more flow and not as staggered. That's what the staggering with me was about. Got it. Why don't you say that though? We needed to show them. Oh, okay, that would make sense, right? Is that if you are not doing a daily practice, a spiritual practice, and that you are not engaging yourself in your spirituality, at least for a little time during the day, right? With guided meditations, affirmations, time away, just to be quiet, let's say on a lunch hour or whatever, right? Being in the sun, being outside, putting your feet on the ground, whatever, go by the water, Spirit says. All the things that self-care is all about is making sure that you're cleansing yourself to the point of allowing the frustration, allowing the negative energy, allowing the black dots to leave your body automatically without us having to take them out of you. Does that make sense? Okay? So understanding this is super, super important. And we've talked about this before. Getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, getting in the sunshine, right? Getting into the park, getting by the water, getting wherever it is going to be putting your feet in the water, Spirit says. It's going to be kind of cold if you still live up north, but if you're in the south, if you can do that, do it, right? At the beach, whatever, the lake, whatever it is, right? And eating properly. Okay. The next 2 months will be absolutely life-changing when it comes to the nutrition that you put in your body. So don't be surprised if you are changing what you eat. It no longer works for me. My stomach's upset. It never has before. I can't drink this anymore. I can't drink alcohol anymore. I gotta drink just water. It makes me feel really good. And again, cleansing my energy out of our body by drinking water. Okay? Taking care of yourself as a prince or a princess. Absolutely making sure that you're the number one person in your life. Okay? And then as you purge things that no longer serve, not only food, but energy and people, okay? You're going to understand, sorry, that came out, that, God, it's cool as frick. You're going to understand what's been stopping you from moving into the fifth dimension is the fact that you're still eating 3D foods. Still eating foods that no longer serve. Guilty. Okay? And I'm purging them as I speak. It's extremely difficult because there's no adverse reaction to my body. But I know that I have to stop. It's just snack stuff. Sugar. Just way too much. And it's because I'm not active doing anything, so I snack. Usually it was good stuff. Well, the good stuff I can no longer eat because it upsets my stomach, my GI tract and things like that, right? Because we're moving into 5D, right? So, yes, more people are gonna be sensitive to vegetables, to fruit, to all kinds of bad, what do they call it? Of bad choices, okay? And that is snack foods, and again, yes, and I understand that. changing their diet is so important to them ascending into the fifth dimensional energy and understanding why they feel groggy, why they're tired, why they're anxious, why they're angry, why they're in frustration, and understanding that they are if they have a family, they're the only one in the family probably who is ascending at this time, at the rate that they're ascending. Okay? Now that doesn't mean that if you have children, if you have kids, right? Up to 24 years old, they're going to be they may be in ascension mode. They may be in a place where where they're kind of quirky, kind of weird, kind of, if they're not already, they're going to be, right? Because anybody born after the year 2000, we already know this, is a connection to spirit, and they're a starseed. After 2012, they are a really important starseed that didn't bring baggage in this lifetime. And if they're born 2020 or 2020 or after, they are connected to spirit in a way. They're basically living in 5D. And so yes, because that's the schedule. That's what's exactly happening. Be prepared for the circus to get worse. Okay? The plans are for the circus to get worse. Now that's the outside world, all right, in the United States. Taking care of yourself, and it's kind of funny, the mind, body, and spirit, just the whole thing, is kind of quirky. Bill, it's the only way that we can explain it to them because the way that some people will understand it. Okay, cool. It's all about why they don't feel well. It's all about them being thirsty all the time. There's nothing physically wrong with them. They're going through ascension. They need to understand that as they go into 4D, their body's going to need more water simply because you're not in a dense energy of 3D, which allows you to conserve it. And I will say this with that, is that when I did psychic fairs in the past, and I would do, 16, 17 readings in a day, I would drink, of these, I would drink 4 of those a day. And now I drink 6, but 4 of those a day in a 8-hour day because I was so dehydrated, because as you're in that energy of higher dimension, the density is gone. The density that you're used to is gone. And so you have to replace the water that you are using because your body is working more efficiently. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's what 5D is all about. Is you being a freaking supercomputer, spiritual computer, let's say, and things just come out of your mouth. Ah, I know. I get it. Crown chakra lit up. Because that's a perfect analogy, right? Is that you're so deeply connected to God, to the divine, to your spirit guides, your guardian angels, right? That you're going to be in this place when you're floating, when you're in 5D, because you get used to it, that you have to replace it because you're always thirsty. And don't replace it with coffee or tea or alcohol or soda, things like that. Spring water, guys, spring water. It's the best thing for your body because your body's turning towards nature. It's turning towards organic. It's turning towards foods that nourish you. It no longer is to and this is me, breaking and falling into temptation, because I can do that very easily, and I always have. And that's not weakness. That is just comfort for me and all of us, right? As my comfort was candy when I was a kid, right? And it continues today. My mother had a sweet tooth. I have a sweet tooth. My grandmother had a sweet tooth. Yeah, you know what? It's in the family. My sister and brother, they're savory stuff. They like savory stuff. I don't really care about savory stuff. I want potato chips and freaking Mountain Dew and candy. I'm good. Like I'm freaking 12. But it makes me very, very, very happy until I get sick. I'm like, oh my God, I don't feel good anymore. I know not to do that. So now I do it in a limited capacity because I have to. But this is 6 of those a day because I'm thirsty all the time. And it has nothing to do with my sugar. It has nothing to do physiologically at all. It has everything to do with them. Everything has to do with them. And also, you will find that you are going to be surprised at how you are ageless. All right? Because when we are in 5D, the aging process will really slow down. It will really slow down. Why is that? Because we're going to live to be 115, 120, 125. Okay? And this will all still be there. Why? Because we're connected to the divine. The divine energy is going to pass right through us like always. Right? And so it is all about us making sure that our body is functioning in the proper way and we're not starving ourselves, right? Eating real foods, making sure that we're conscious of what we're eating. Do I love ice cream? More than life itself. Can't eat it anymore. Not only because of my stomach stuff, but because I can't. Would I want to? Oh, I could eat a half a gallon a day if I had the chance. I'd be huge in the gut. The upper will still be the same, but yeah. So things like that we have to be conscious of. Just like we have to be conscious of our spiritual self. We have to be conscious of our emotional self. We have to be conscious of who we are becoming. Because as we go through this, honey, it's not, I know, right? My mother just popped in. That's where the honey came from, right? She goes, honey, you tell them that they can't do the things that they used to do. They can't do it. They can't do it because it doesn't work. I'll pledge to that. You can't. Because you can only sit in it for so long before you feel like yuck. And they're pulling you up. They're trying to give you answers. They're trying to give you direction. Trying to give you your next place of okay, so this is what they're showing me, is that it will be like transporting yourself someplace else. Let's say for me, I'm here in Metro Detroit in Sterling Heights, and I'm going, and my next point is Denver to see my sister. Boom, I land there. Okay, kind of weird and kind of cool, but I have to be ready to take that on. Have to be ready to be transported. Have to be ready. Also, being transported psychologically. Also, that feeds into the physical part of spiritually, is understanding that all of the jiggamajang that you're going to have passing through your, hopefully, fourth dimensional brain, you're going to understand that, yeah. Again, I still say when my ears ring, when it's in the top of my head, the side of my head, whatever. Okay, Spirit, so who's ringing me on the left side of my head? Who's ringing me on the right side of my head, Spirit? Who's on top of me right now? Because I don't understand who it is. When my head is humming, well, again, that's when because my vibration is really, really high, and I'm living in 3D. How often do your ears ring? And do they ring all the time? If they ring all the time, awesome. And then you get an intense ring. Again, it's them downloading you something cool, right? Because all of us are going to be different. It's going to be a totally cool world next year already. Chimes. So we have to get into that mode of being prepared for that. Because it's headed that way. It's already the end of May in 2025. 1st of June is in 2 weeks. We're the freaking half a year ago. That's how fast quantum energy is moving us forward. And we have to physically, psychologically, spiritually be prepared for that. Do we still have a job? Yes. Do we still have children? Yes. Do we still have a husband or a wife? Yes. But guess what? You have to carve out yourself time where you are able to connect. You're able to do a guided meditation. You're able to do anything else that can connect you to the energy, not necessarily your guides, but the energy of higher dimensional living. That's what's so freaking important. Is you have to live the lifestyle. You have to. You have to. Is it hard? It sucks. Sometimes. Most of the time, where I'm at now, it's fantastic. Fantastic. I don't worry about anything. Anything at all. Nothing. Does it pop up in the daytime? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Stuff from 3D, right? Things from when I was young. Things, again, music, all kinds of things, right? And understanding that they're bringing that to me because they're trying to make me happy, right? Like I have a post up today that today is a family portal day, okay? It's a family portal day, May 15th. My Granny Hobart was born in France in 1895. I don't want to cry. My nephew, who died when he was 12, in a car accident, was born in 1996. And my brother died 10 years ago this morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. See? Because when my brother passed on my granny and my nephew's birthdays, I said to them, why? Why would you? Because I told my brother not to do it. I said, dude, because I was coming back home with my niece to get some clothes, right? I said, okay, I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm going to be back tomorrow night. You can't go anywhere tomorrow. You can't go anywhere. You got to be here when I get back. I said, don't be dying on Granny and Danny's birthday. Don't be going anywhere. Well, guess what? The next morning, he passed away at 7 o'clock in the morning. I was like, oh my God, why would you do that? What a day, my gosh, right? Well, Bill, it's a family portal. What does that mean? Well, I had to look it up. Again, I had to Google it. Look it up, right? And spiritual stuff comes up. Oh, well, that makes sense. But don't they think about us? Spiritual, no. Bill, and we all know this in Soul Journey, right? The day is the day. The time's the time. You signed the contract. Bye-bye. It works. It truly freaking works, right? My brother-in-law, my sister's husband, who died 2 years ago, died on my mother's birthday. Again, family portal. The freaking month of May is crazy, and so is the month of March. My mother died in March at the beginning of the month. My father died in the third week of the month. Many years apart. But then, again, Spirit, what's going on? Well, they're family portals. Well, how many do we have? He says thousands. Really? Uh-huh. We could possibly be millions when we start to yank them off the earth. Interesting. But us understanding that, right? That family portals are just that, family portals. So people are passing and being born on the same day. You guys know what that is, right? So that you can understand why it happens, because it's kind of weird. We celebrate my granny's birthday every year. We celebrate Danny's birthday every year. Totally. But now my brother's gone on that day, right? Okay, so we do that too. And you can see the posting where all the three people have passed away, but my brother's there, my granny's there, and my nephew's there in all these different pictures. Yeah, see? So understanding those types of things are super, super important. As you get into your spiritual self, guess what? Those are things just like, so Spirit, why are people passing away and being born on the same day? And you'll get family portal, or you'll get something else, right? Because by then, who knows, it might change. It may be a different name for it. Those are the things that you do when you allow yourself your ascension. As I was getting ready to say that, one of them said, or we can yank your ass up here. And then what are you going to do? As they told me in 2015 and 16, after I'd quit my job after 35 years, Bill, if we gave you everything that you're going to do for the rest of your life, you'd be sitting in a mental hospital in a straitjacket on the floor rocking. Because right now, your brain cannot handle it. Your brain will explode if we downloaded and uploaded everything you're going to do in the future. And cocky third dimensional me, Capricorn, oh, come on, it can't be that different. Come on, it can't be that different. It can't be that different. Trust me, it's effing crazy different than what we do every day on the planet for our lives. Completely different. Completely different. Again, I know people who've been doing this stuff for 20 and 30 years, 25 and 30 years, and they're like, Bill, well, WTF? I know. Because have a spiritual practice of decades, and they have to change it. They have to change what they do, just like we have to change who we were. It's very important to understand that. Very important to understand that. That it is absolutely ridiculous, because a lot of us say, well, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it's going to be. Oh, you know. Your insides knows. If you just allow that energy to come to the surface. My glasses keep falling down because my nose is sweaty. Yeah. But that's what it's about, is allowing them to raise your vibration, because you're practicing. You're doing things other than, again, when you see angel numbers, do you Google them? If you don't, get involved in that. Trust me. When you see the same 847 every day for a month, guess what? Google 847 the first time you see it, because it's actually an angel number. You see it twice, angel number, right? It is all about, and that's generally a generic thing, right? But because half-bloods, we've seen Harry Potter, soon to be wizards, we've seen Harry Potter, that's the way that they entice you to allow your vibration to rise, because they pull you into the being curious, wondering, interested in that. What could it mean? I keep saying that every day. What does it mean? And you physically Google it. Meaning of 111. Meaning of 847. Meaning of 535. Meaning of 811. Whatever you see, those are some of mine. And they're all places that I really, really enjoyed working or living. Yeah. See? Did I know that at the time? No. But I Googled them because I'm like, okay, this got to mean something, because I keep seeing the damn thing. Repetitive. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. They're trying to lead you. And if you don't engage in the leading because you're too tired, you're too dysfunctional, you're not doing guided meditations, you're wrapped up in third dimensional BS that's outside your door, because it's flooding in, and the energy on the not only in the country, but the planet is shifting dramatically in the last 2 months. Lower. But there's no place to go but up. And that's what's going to happen with us. It's our responsibility to make sure that we are doing the things we need to do to take care of ourselves. Even if you don't want to, because your ego says no. Have to. Got to make yourself meditate. Got to make yourself do Google. Got to make yourself do your YouTube feed. Got to make yourself get on Facebook or TikTok or whatever you use, Instagram, right? Blue Sky. Because those practices, you putting that energy out there, makes a difference. It makes a total difference on what they bring you overnight, on what they bring you in the morning, what they bring you during your day. When all of a sudden you're floating and you see all kinds of stuff in your third eye and you go, holy shit, what is that about? Whoa! And then you write about it because you journal, talking to your phone because it's kind of cool. You want to document stuff. See? Because, whoa. It is crucial that they take the steps to take care of themselves. It is crucial that they follow the patterns of ascension. Crucial. And the blessing is, it's not going to take you freaking 11, 12, 14 years to get there. We're in it. And that's what it's all about. And you don't have a choice. Your soul signed that contract, baby. And guess what? You're going to go through it. You're going to go through it. And stop worrying about stuff that doesn't matter. Okay? Granted, does money matter? Yes. Are you going to get a big chunk? Well, probably so. I mean, again, I'm hearing from not only them, because they show me stuff, right, on the news, on YouTube and things like that, of getting paid every month from something, somewhere, somehow in the country, in the future, after this is all completed and gone away and people are passed or they're just gone. Don't worry about it. Inheritance, lottery, just all kinds of things, but you have to believe that you deserve it, number one. Number two, you got to believe that it's coming. I talked to my sister the other day about this. She sold her car that was 13 years old, in perfect shape. It was a Toyota Camry, 252,000 miles on it. She lived just northwest of Denver, and she sold it for $3,000. And she was kind of sad that she sold it because I got so many memories in that car. Well, again, her husband's gone. Ross has grown up, right? I said, well, that's okay. It's past energy. You just released a whole carload of stuff that mostly was down, not up. Because of the relationship she had with her husband and how they were living. Yeah. A lot of pressure on her. See? So a lot of negative energy between them for 25 years. But understanding, when I told her that, she went, oh, well, that makes sense. But I still feel bad because she'd sold it the day before. I said, give yourself time to mourn it. But guess what? That big, huge ball of past life, of past energy, just went with these new people, and they ain't got a clue. Bye. Great. They just took a big old chunk of stuff out of your life. Will you still remember? Yeah. Will you remember it as much as you would if you were sitting in the car? No. No, not at all. Not at all. And that's the blessing. When big chunks of our past disappears in selling of something, a house, a car, a boat, a cabin, right? I mean, all kinds of things that has our energy in it. That's why it's so very, very important now to let that shit go. Let it go. Let it go. Because they're bringing you the opportunity, right? Because nothing happens by chance. Bringing you the opportunity to let stuff go. Big chunks of stuff. Not even physically or spiritually. It's physically. Bye. And you got paid. That's what the deal is. That's what the total deal is. See? She put it up for sale and somebody bought it 2 days later. He's like, well, I wasn't really prepared to. Well, guess what? You know, now she got Dale's truck, which is a beast. A beautiful truck. You know, she doesn't do anything all day. I said, trust me, you don't need the Camry anymore. She had 2 cars at the same time. He's been gone 2 years. Then she finally had to let one go. Yeah. They took it from her. See? So that's what this whole next 2 weeks and the next months are all about, is leaving stuff behind, letting it go, letting it go, letting it go, letting it go, and not feeling bad about it. You can mourn it, right? I mourned, again, I mourned when Lee left. I kind of told him to leave, right? I told him to leave, but still, right? 8 years together. Okay, yeah. When Bailey passed away, 7 years together. He's my dog from past lives. Okay, yeah, I got days. The reincarnation of Bailey. Replacement, right? Yeah. But it's okay to mourn. It's okay to do those types of things. Because you're leaving 3D, moving into 4 and 5. And you won't need to mourn those in the future. Because healing will happen faster, Spirit says. Healing will happen much faster. Because in 5th dimension, everything happens faster. Everything. Everything happens faster. Healing, studying, learning, understanding, all happens much, much, much faster in 4 and 5D, especially in 5. And even higher. And even higher. Yeah. Okay? So, Memorial Day's next weekend, and I was going to let everybody know that $65 half hours are back for the holiday, okay? I want to talk to as many people as I can, just simply because we need to recognize and love and support the people who are in the armed services, the people who have passed, the people who have served, right? Because the collective needs to do that, because the government's not going to, okay? So if you want to know things about a person, you want to do a mediumship reading, let's do it. If you want to do what's going to happen to me in the next 90 days, let's do it, okay? $65 for half-hour readings, normally $125, all right, until the 31st of the month, okay? And I talked about this last week about the Coaching for the Soul memberships. I'm adding things every month to the memberships at no extra cost, okay? Last week or the week before, they decided that if you buy a package, let's say the beginning package or the secondary or the second package, I say 1 and 2, which are 15 minutes and a half an hour. If you need more time than that time with me every month, you can buy half hours for $65. Okay? Because sometimes you need more time than 15 minutes. You need more time than a half an hour, right? And so normally I'm stacked, especially from the 15th of the month till the end of the month, okay? With my people that are in the memberships, okay? And so they came up with that idea, which is pretty freaking cool. What else is going on? I think that's it. That's it. Fast and furious, Spirit said. It's fast and furious. Everything is going to happen continually, faster than it already is. And we have to make sure that we're prepared for that. Definitely. Okay. I'm going to post this on YouTube in about 10 minutes. If you guys would please go over to YouTube. I need likes and shares, please. Leave a comment, okay? YouTube at Bill Hobart. Do that for me. I would appreciate it. Questions, you know where to find me. Again, text me, Facebook message me. Do it on my website, right? Bill at Bill Hobart, Bill Hobart Intuitive, I think it is, yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways to get in touch with me, all right? So you know where to do it and how to, and don't feel bad about bothering me, because that's not the point. The point is that I can probably talk you down off the frickin' roof in about 4 or 5 minutes. So if you need that, it's available to you, okay? So I'll see you guys next Thursday. Sorry about the interruption from the first one. See you guys next Thursday. Coach for the Soul, Thursdays at 3. See you guys.